Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 20 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Finger points to the sky as we enter episode number 312. Jesus, I mean, that's a lot of episodes. Now, we're going to start in today's episode with a concept squad rather than our main squad, simply because, as you can see, the concept player in there is going to be Paul Pogba. I don't think any of us really had the idea that he was going to be as cheap as he is, so I'm going to go ahead and complete him. If you do enjoy today, do me a favour, hit the thumbs up button. We are shooting for over 2,000 likes today. Can you make that happen? You'll make my day if you can. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. So, luckily, with the way that my current squad is looking, I could literally just swap out Wijnaldum for this Pogba, and we'll be on the exact same chemistry. I also understand that I could bring Bobby Firmino back to centre mid, put Pogba up front, and it would make Ribery go up to full chemistry. However, that does require some expensive position modifiers, and do you know what? I'm just not that bothered about it at this point in time. Just because I know my squad will probably change next week, somehow, some way. And I don't want to like commit to putting Pogba as a striker and then bring Bobby back, and then all of a sudden next week the way it works out is I've got to swap them again. It's like 5 to 10k each time, because if you're moving them up, cam to CF, CF to cam, they're expensive position modifiers, aren't they? So right now, I'm just going to go with an 8 chem Ribery, and I think we're going to be, you know what? I think we're going to be absolutely fine. So I started off with the, whatever it was, what was it? Was it a shapeshifter's challenge or a footman's challenge? I can't remember. However, I think I've done those two over the last couple of episodes, so it's one or the other. We get a little 83 rated Danilo Pereira in one of the packs, so that's all right, I guess. It's nothing crazy special, but Pogba SBC has kept certain players of certain ratings at pretty high prices. And obviously, like the higher rated stuff on this game right now has come down quite nicely with the re-release, or with the release of batch 3. So you know what, I needed to do some 82 to 88s. I didn't quite have enough of the mid-range stuff, and it would have cost me more coins. I'm gonna have to spend about 100k anyway. All right, it would cost me more coins if I didn't do some of these and hopefully get some good players. Pack number 1, 85 rated Axel Witsel. That right there is exactly what you love to see. Pack number 2, we're going to get ourselves a French centre mid from Bayern, which is going to be Tolisso. Now we already have, we just packed Witsel. We already have a Javi Martinez. You can see how we've now started to get like a good rated Bundesliga side going on, which will be useful for the high chemistry team that we need in the Pogba SBC. So the third pack is going to be a Team of the Week walkout, which is a Brazilian striker from, is that Guangzhou's badge? I'm not sure. I do get a little bit mixed up with some of the badges in the CSL, but it is Anderson Talisca. He's an 85 rated inform. Again, I'll absolutely take that as someone that can definitely bring up the overall rating of like an 84 rated squad quite nicely. So these have gone all right. You know, the last two here aren't actually anything special. We get like 82s in both of them. So we get Kevin Volland in this one. I mean, again, that can go into a Bundesliga squad. I reckon an 82 in the Bundesliga right now, like a striker, is probably 3,000 coins. So it saved us a little something just from using the real useless fodder in the back end of our club. So here we go. You can see I'm down to 918,000 coins. So me having 1 million coins lasted for 2 episodes. So be it, man. We were always going to spend them at one point. But yeah, so I put like just under 100,000 coins into this SBC. It took me ages to try and do it whilst using the players that I owned in my club, because he's a 300,000 coin SBC, so, and we've only spent 100k. So fortunately, we can use the 94 Handanovic that we got. Both are reds from this week's Weekend League, and also the 2 Foot Birthday players that were in our Ultimate Pack. And we just bought like a Koulibaly, and I think that might have been it for that squad. Maybe 1 or 2 little players here and there. And that was that most expensive squad pretty much done. That was always going to be the easy part, because it was only 50 chem. It was more the other squad with the higher chem and the lower rating, which was actually more difficult, interestingly enough. So welcome to the club, 95 rated Paul Pogba, Summer Heat version. 88 pace, 81 defending, but he's got 93 shooting, 95 passing, 95 dribbling, 93 physical. That on a, what is he, like 6 foot? Is he 6'2" or is he like 6'5"? I can't remember. I got a feeling he's like 6'2", maybe 6'3". Whatever it is, he's a tall midfielder, and he can be like our ball-playing CDM. So we'll keep Fabinho in that starting 11. He can be the rock-solid defensive mid. And then Pogba with his 82 defending, but actually really good dribbling, really good shooting and passing. He can be like the one that I'm willing to let go up the pitch. Go on, push up, boy. Get some assists, get some goals, whatever it is. Help the team out. And do that with your 5-star skills and flair and stuff like that. You know, that's a nice added bonus. Would you have ever said that he would have been like a 300k SBC? Last year, we got a 95 rated footies Pogba. It was like 1.1 million. People were expecting a very expensive SBC. It does, weirdly enough, make me wonder why this Ousmane Dembele that we got was so expensive. More expensive than Ribéry. Like, it was, they've priced stuff kind of weird throughout this promo. Some of it has been exceptionally good. And some of it you sort of stop and think, oh, why did that cost that? And then this one's so cheap. Almost to the point where you have to rush to get the Pogba done because you think he's too cheap and they might take it away from you. But yeah, like in my head, I wasn't going to do Pogba because I didn't think he would fit the meta of this game. I think they've given him some nice boosts. I don't think he looks crazy good compared to, like, even Gini Wijnaldum looks fantastic. And he was like 130k SBC or something from scratch. So less than half price of the Pogba. Maybe he works a little bit better on this game. I don't know. But it's not a shock that we come up against Pogba in our very first match, right? I'm imagining that in the weekend league, he's going to be a common sight just because of the price. And, you know, that could be an issue because if he is very good, then everyone's going to have him. And I don't think he has an expiry either. Maybe he does. I don't know. I saw that on Twitter. I'm not sure if I believe the source. However, if he doesn't have an expiry date, everyone is literally going to have this card in a couple of weeks when they've, you know, built up the fodder enough that they can spend it on him. Because it's a desirable card, isn't it? It's a French Man United player. Premier League players are always pretty desirable. 5-star skiller. You know, he's just one of those cards which everyone loves to have. So this was from Saturday night, this little session of gameplay. I thought, you know what? I hadn't done anything during Saturday. Got onto my console at like 7 PM to start doing the Pogba SBC. Before I knew it, it was 8 PM and I just completed the Pogba SBC. And I was 5-3 in the weekend league on a Saturday night with, yeah, so literally only got 5 wins on a Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So I knew that I needed to push towards the 10 wins, which I wanted to get to by the end of Saturday. And I needed to do it fairly quickly before it was like super late at night. And then edit the video and all of that good stuff. Which is why I might be making this video at like 11 PM. However, the games themselves, like it was fun because, you know, we're going into games trying out our new Ousmane Dembele, trying out our brand new Paul Pogba. So like I'm actually still really enjoying it. And I am getting a lot out of the two players, Vinicius Jr. and Ousmane Dembele. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like I've unlocked this super talent at right cam in Vinicius Jr. He's insane. He is getting so many assists. It's unreal. I mean, by the way, if you didn't see earlier, we packed a Paderborn player, which even as a non-rare bronze sold for like 5.5k. And I think I let someone have a bit of a deal there because I think he was in the 6,000 coin region. But hey, we wanted a quick sale, right? So we got a win in our first game of the session. That's good. It brings us up to 6-3. And then, well, this game right here, we get, you see that aggression from Pogba, knocking it through to Ousmane, Berber spin, and then bangs it near post. That right there, that goal made me happy because, like, that's my two newest players, my two, like, marquee players for the squad right now, combining together and scoring a really nice goal. That's when you love playing this game. That's when, it's actually fun to sit there and play the weekend league on a Saturday night instead of just chilling out and doing whatever else you might want to be doing. I was actually enjoying this, which is, good to see. Even in late July, we're still kind of getting some sort of enjoyment out of this game, which is obviously a positive thing. So the next game went really well as well. 3-0 rage quit after 16 minutes. That right there is exactly what you love to see when you're a little bit behind on your games and you want to get through it as quick as possible. So that's win number 7. So 7-3. First 10 games, 7-3. It's very average for us. Most of the time we're probably 8-2. And there has been times where we've been, 9-1 or 10-0. So I'd say 7-3 is pretty average. I don't often go like 6-4 or 5-5. It's been known, but I'd have to be having a really bad, stressed out weekend for that to be the case, or just get super unlucky with matchmaking, of course. But we got a little 5k pack from the season objectives. I didn't get anything in it this time. Normally, that's where I would get like my pack luck in the season objectives, in the very early like 5k pack, and then all of a sudden I don't get it this time. So I guess I'm not getting anything in my season rewards this time around. But this guy had a nice team. He was a good player as well. I ended up going 1-0 down after my goal was just getting peppered by this guy. I was just sat there trying to defend, wasn't really making any chances. He was dominating possession, dominating on chances created and all that sort of stuff. And when he goes 2-0 up with Neymar, I think I'd pretty much give up. I decided, I think on like the 37th or 38th minute, when he had another shot. Yeah, literally his next attack. I paused it. I wanted to see what this game was like. And he had 62% possession. I was just doing nothing in this one. Why not just quit and move on? So that's exactly what I did. Again, an attempt to stop wasting my time in a game where I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose. Why not just move on, considering I'm not playing all 30 games? So this is going to be the second time this weekend league that I'm really glad I did that. Because if you remember, I was getting beat 4-0 in my second game of champs this weekend. I quit it in the first half because, it's cool just to stay on and maybe get a goal and get your rank points and stuff. But you know what? Might as well just quit and move on. And then the next game, I got a 4-minute FIFA rage quit because I went 1-0 up and he quit. And that is time saved. And the same thing happened again here. So I quit the game at 2-0 in the first half. Didn't play it all out, which would have taken another 10 or 15 minutes. And then I go into the next game and I get an 8-minute 1-0 rage quit. Things you absolutely love to see. So that brings me up to win number 8. But yeah, we might have 4 losses on the board. It just doesn't matter, really, does it? We're 8-4. Who cares? Then we go into this game. Red 99 KDB. That is a player that that is up there with the most desirable player in the game for me. I would love that card. I'd love it more in blue. I think the blue KDB card does look outstanding. But I would love to try 99 De Bruyne. Just being one of my favourite footballers in real life. Him and like a good version of Zidane. Can you imagine having those two in midfield? It would be great. It would be absolutely brilliant. But anyway, we went 1-0 up, and then De Bruyne does score against us. It is those dragbacks on the edge of the box, which I just can't defend because I think they're going one way, they end up going the other way. It is just the case, that's why they're so effective this year, is because everyone gets screwed over by the dragbacks. So we get really lucky to get our second goal to be 2-1 up at half time, but I didn't have much in this game in terms of possession. This guy was incredibly good at passing the ball, keeping the ball. It turns out he was a viewer as well. We had a couple of little messages afterwards. So GG's to you, bro. I thought I was going to lose this game because it got to 2-2, and it felt like I was getting kind of dominated. I wasn't letting him have many shots, but there was so much possession play in the midfield for this guy. And he turns the game around really quickly, and he's 3-2 up. And I'm like, I'm stressed out now. This is a game I did not want to lose. And it was frustrating because it was loads of possession against me. I hate not being in control of this game, and that's exactly what this opponent was against me. And like I said, it just so turns out that it was a viewer. I end up somehow winning it. Like, I got the equaliser kickoff goal style straight after he scored the third goal. And then I brought on Zlatan, and actually Zlatan manages to like bustle his way through, shoulder barging the defenders and stuff, holding them off with strength, getting through with pace, and scoring with like clinical prowess. So yeah, we end up winning the game, and it was all GGs and stuff afterwards. And yeah, GGs to that guy, and thank you for watching the videos, of course. So we go into the next match. We hoped we were going into the next match. It just did this forever. It just, like, the loading bar spun around. It never ended up getting into the match. So, eventually, I just dashboarded it. I left it a couple of minutes, but then, of course, you just dashboard it, quit the game, start again. And so that right there is going to give me a loss that I never even played the game. So that's annoying. So that's now what, 8 and 5 or 9 and 5? So, it's 9 and 5, isn't it? I think so. It's 9 and 5. So what? Doesn't really matter. But that one was out of our hands. It was never going to go into the match. And I don't know if I'd have waited longer and my opponent would have quit, whether it would have, like, not given me the loss. I wasn't about to sit there all night and wait for that, especially in July, right? We just don't really need, it doesn't matter about the wins and losses at this point in time. I just need to get 14 wins and we'll be good. So I go 1-0 down in this game and I'm like, okay, well, if we get to like 9 and 6, that's when my record becomes absolutely embarrassing. So I need to win this game. So we got back into it. We went 1-0 down. We equalised with Dembouz. And then Ribery is going to knock it back to the other Frenchman once again. Frenchmen linking up together, working nicely. And it is Dembele getting another goal. And I think we're going to win the ball back here. Yeah, Firmino intercepts, knocks it to Dembouz. Outside the box, finesse shot it into the back of the net. That's a 41-minute hat-trick. And that's why I'm loving him. He seems really clinical, you know. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm really glad we did the SBC now. I know it was an expensive one, but I'm so glad we did it. And actually, he's firing on all cylinders when he's up front. His shot is great. You can see it here. He scored 4 goals in this game. That is a nice player right there. We end up getting through, and we do end up scoring a goal with Ribery. Obviously, he's gone a lot more quiet this weekend, being pushed out wide to left cam, especially knowing that typically what I found out about myself is that I attack down the right-hand side. So I'm getting a lot out of Vinicius Jr. this weekend, and then not so much out of my left cam, which is Franck Ribery. However, you know, we're 10 and 5. We got the victories that we needed to get. Big shout outs to Vinicius Jr. Big shout outs to Ousmane Dembele. Those guys are killing it right now. They're so much fun. Ribery is still so much fun. Firmino is super clinical in front of goal. They're all contributing, but it's just been noticeable over the last few games how much Vinicius and how much Ousmane are doing this weekend league, and I'm so glad we're using them. Pogba seems like a bargain. Seems good in game. Yeah, he's a little bit clunky. He's always going to be. He's not 5'8", you know. He's a tall player with a lack of acceleration and a lack of agility and balance. However, we've stuck an engine on him. We've done the best we can, and he does feel pretty silky in game. If not, you know, just he's kind of like Ibra, slow but silky. So a little bit clunky, if you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap things up for the episode for today. Do me a favour. Hit me with a thumbs up, right? Keep showing that support for the series, even in late July. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for those of you that do. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. I thank you for that. My social media links, Twitter and Instagram, can be found down below in the description. Why not come and follow me? See what I'm getting up to every single day on my stories on Insta and stuff. Other than that, hope you all have a lovely day. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.